Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Phlinger Phoo, and today we're going to be doing Coffee Time with Phlinger. Yeah, that's right. Today we're going to be discussing Season 5. We're going to be discussing a few other things, how to make your solo game as equal to the public servers with making it a little bit of a twist, everything, so where it's as close to the public servers as possible, but with a little bit boosted on just a few things to kind of save your time, because that's the purpose of soloing the ARK, and that's what the beginning of this video is going to be talking about, how I want to keep everything in soloing the ARK as close to the PC official servers, the PS4 official servers, and the Xbox official servers. I don't want to go with some sort of crazy times 20, times 30, times 40, times 100 on anything. I just don't want to do that. The only thing I get even close to that is with maturation and breeding, and that's where if I were to do an episode or a video on breeding or how to breed or certain types of breeding or imprinting, stuff like that, it doesn't take me 2 whole days just to do the video. Yeah, and that's the main reason behind why I increase any stats on the server. Alright, so hey, let's jump into it. Alright, so now, and then also here in just a little bit in the video, we're going to be discussing how to do server transfers, and then also, yeah, how to make your solo game 150 on PC. On Xbox and PS4, I don't think you can, unfortunately, because it involves getting inside the game.ini file. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It sucks, but that's the reality of it. Alright, so hey, now we're going to be talking about Season 5. Now, going off into Season 5, my ideas of how to handle Season 5 is, for starters, we're going to be doing things in a beginner's guide kind of format. I like to do it like that because I know it sounds cliche, and I know it sounds, you know, odd, but I enjoy helping people. I love helping people. Matter of fact, down below, there's a Discord link down below. If you pop in there, if you have any questions, that's one of the easiest ways to get any question in ARK answered. Trust me, we have a huge resource of people in there. We've got people that are coming in all the time saying, hey, yeah, I just joined 3 days ago. I've learned more than I possibly have in 3 months. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that, you know, that we have down in the Discord. Tons of helpful people. I love it. It's my usual hangout when I'm not doing real life stuff. All right, so now moving on, let's start talking about the settings here for the game. Now, everything here it's very similar to Season 4 because going through the seasons of ARK, I've kind of fine-tuned how I like everything for the game. Now, in Season 1, I'd already played the game. I've been playing the game ever since it released. I bought it as soon as it was announced on Steam, and then I suffered through all of the different patches and everything like that. It was a lot of fun, though. It was a lot of fun. All sorts of new content coming out every other day. It was great. But I started doing YouTube on ARK probably about a year plus some change after it was released. No, actually, it was a little less than a year. And my first season, well, that's always going to be the ugly duckling, because I was just starting out on YouTube. I wasn't aware of, you know, how to do thumbnails, how to do all sorts of stuff. I will probably go back and eventually change those thumbnails. So if you want to see the original thumbnails, do it now, because they're going to be changing here soon. But yeah, the settings for that game, they were pretty much just straight up one-for-one public servers. I think I increased gathering and taming on that. Yeah, and then Season 2, I went through, and in this, in the settings, you'll notice there is a solo player toggle that pretty much super amplifies all of your dinosaurs. Use single player settings. This right here, it increases everything dramatically. It increases the level of your dinos. Well, not the level of your dinos, but a long time ago, back in January of the first year, I believe it was, they did a nerf to the game where all of the dinos in the game were pretty much at what single-player settings is now. They were at 1.0 clear across the board, and that's what that's how they were. Then in January of that year, it's either January or February, they buffed everything pretty dramatically, actually. I believe it went down to 0.23, maybe 0.24 of that. So yeah, that's a big drop from 1.0. So when you click this single player settings, that's what that does. It removes that nerf, and then it makes everything much more powerful, much tougher. So in Season 2, I had figured out, before this was even a setting, how to undo all those changes, and that's what I did with my Season 2, is I went through and I set that, and then eventually later on, they put this in there. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure it wasn't because of me, but still. All right, that's what Season 2 was. Now, Season 3 was actually... Season 3 could have actually been Season 2.5, because it was how to get started in Scorched Earth without being Dino poop. And at the end of Season 3, I merged it with Season 2, so yeah, I could technically go back, get rid of Season 3, just attach it to Season 4, and just be like, voila, hey, we have room for a Season 3, but I'll never do that. All right, and then Season 4, the mission was to get in there, go through each incrementally, each expansion as it came out, because they hadn't been all out at that time, and I wanted to go through and then beat them, all 100% solo. But how I beat them was, as soon as an expansion would come out, or as soon as I transferred maps, say like from the island to Scorched Earth, as soon as I got to Scorched Earth, I wasn't allowing myself to do anything, to transfer anything over until I reached a certain point. Now, that certain point was I had to beat the boss, either on Gamma, Beta, or Alpha. I had to have some element in my inventory before I was allowed to transfer. That way there, everything was completely from scratch. The only thing that changed was a constant. Sorry, I need more coffee. This is coffee time with Phlinger, right? Hold on, give me a sec. All right, there we go. All right, so the only thing that was a constant throughout the through the servers was, or through the different maps, was my level. So I still kept my engrams. A lot of times I did mine wipes before I went, so I would have fresh engram points before I went. And then through that method, I went through and I beat the game. And it took me a long time. It took me 243 episodes. That's a long time. Plus, also, I was covering all the new content that come out, and I was kind of avoiding the seasonal events, but there was a couple times where you just couldn't avoid it. So I covered some of that stuff as well, which kind of made this series go on really, really long, and I'm trying to avoid that for this season. So the next season, Season 5, the idea is I'm going to beat the game from absolute scratch. I'm going to start off the same way I have Seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, and 4 are going to be started off the same as they did 5. I'm going to do beginner's guides because a lot's changed in the last couple years since I started up Season 4. A lot has changed. Kibbles changed, TLCs have changed, lots of patch notes, all sorts of stuff. So a lot of the stuff that happened in the beginning of Season 4, it's no longer relevant because all that stuff's changed. So in Season 5, my goal is to cover all that, which is why the season, the beginning of it, the Beginner's Guide, it's the Beginner's Guide 2019. Just to signify that a lot of stuff has changed over the last couple years. So everything that we're working on is current timestamp 2019. Bam. All right, so if I need to do another season, if we finally get to Season 6, then I'll be able to do whatever year that is. I mean, I hope ARK lasts that long. I mean, I love ARK, so yeah. All right. So yeah, now the goal with Season 5, before I get sidetracked again, more coffee. All right, the goal with Season 5 is we're going to do everything we did in Season 4, but I'm not going to cover all the patches as they come out. I'm going to use basics for that. That's my basic series is going to be an ongoing series. It's just, I don't number the episodes. I don't anything like that. It's just, if there's a question that needs to be answered, if it's basic, if it's not basic, I try to take it and I try to reduce it down to its lump sum, down to its little bite-sized chunks that are easy to consume. That's the goal with basics, to help people out, because basics right there, basics is essentially my biggest tool that I use to help people out. If people have questions for things, hey, bam, there you go. All right, now with Season 5, we're going to go through all of the expansions from start to finish, but once I finish the Beginner's Guide here on the island, I'm going to freely transfer to any map that I want to, at any time that I want to, for any reason that I want to. I'm going to go through and I'm going to beat the game my way. Before I was doing it, I was putting all these rules onto it, and I enjoyed it. I really loved Season 4. But Season 5, I'm going to do it without having to put in a certain structure. Because when I'm going through and I'm playing a lot of games and I solo a lot of stuff, I like to kind of min-max a lot of stuff. And the maps are part of that. So that's the way I'm going to be approaching Season 5. I'm doing it however I want. If it's something that we need, say if we're going to beat the bosses on, say we want to beat the dragon on the island. Well, the dragon on the island is pretty tough, but you know what? We could try it with all sorts of different things. So why don't we go try it with a dinosaur that we pull out of extinction? You know, grab that, raise an army, bring it up, bring it back over, fight the dragon with it, test it. You know, I'm planning on doing lots of For Science stuff for Season 5. But, yeah, I can't stop the For Science stuff. Even though I'm not putting the weird rules on it, I just can't stop the For Science stuff. That's how my mind works. If I have a question for something, and I need to know the exact numbers that are attached to that, I have to figure it out. I have to stop whatever I'm doing, and I have to figure it out. That's just how my mind works. Sorry, not sorry. So expect a few For Science episodes as we go through. All right, now, the basic settings that we're using for Soloing the Ark Season 5, it's pretty much the same as Season 4, only a few things have changed. Right now I'm actually running at 0.75 XP. This will be changing a little bit. That'll be going up to 1.0 as we progress on. And then, let's see. Harvest amount is still ×3. I was going to reduce that to 2.0, but being completely solo and also building massive bases like I do in Soloing the Ark, 2.0 really wouldn't work. That would take me hours and hours and hours to be able to do that kind of stuff. It still takes me a long time, just not nearly as long as 1.0. All right, let's see. I don't even know why I have notify player joined. I've never, ever once gave somebody access to my Soloing the Ark. But just in case if somebody figures out how they can pop in, it'll do that, yeah. Let's see, enable crosshair, yeah. I was eventually thinking about doing a couple mini-series with hardcore mode enabled. So where if you die, you start over. That could be fun. I'm not going to do it with Season 5, but that could be wicked fun. Just doing a big series just to find out how much we can get accomplished with each death. Get all the way to Tech Tier and, oh no, Alpha Broodmother decided she wanted to bug out and kill me. That would suck. But it'd still be fun. Alright, maximum difficulty, of course. Let's see, Gamma, yeah. And this one right here, I have to make sure I never, ever click this. Actually, at one point in Season 4, I ended up accidentally clicking it. Actually, no, it was set by default to be on. I didn't actually click it. I remember it was the one patch where they enabled something, and then they made it so where all single-player games had that on by default. And I didn't realize it for a couple episodes. And I recorded a couple episodes, and then I went back and I looked at the footage. I was like, oh... Yeah, and I got in conversation with one of the guys down in the comment section of the video. It's like, that's why that's clicked. I'm like, oh my god, you're right. And so, yeah, so I went back and I unclicked that, and then I kind of just proceeded as best as I possibly could. So if you got some questions about why some dinosaurs were really big and powerful and tough during Season 4, for a few episodes, that was clicked and I hadn't realized it. Alright, but that will never ever... Matter of fact, if I could get rid of that right now, I totally would. Alright, now use corpse locator, yeah, that's enabled. Disable structure replacement collision, yeah, of course. You know, we're playing with all the new S Plus stuff that's been integrated into the game, and I plan on covering all that stuff when it comes around to building in this series, because I really, really, really look forward to building with all the new S Plus additions. Really fun. Alright, let's see, allow unlimited respecs, yeah, that just makes it so where we don't have to level up every time we want to do a respec. I was also thinking about one of these days doing a mini-series with both of these checked. Disable Dino Taming, Disable Dino Riding. That would be kind of fun. Yeah. Alright, now we go into the advanced. This one right here, no idea why that's on. It's just checked by default. Allow flyer carry PvE. Yeah, this right here, I have this checked, but see, it's a big concern for me actually, because on a lot of the PvE servers, on the public servers, this is not checked, so you can't pick up a lot of stuff, which it's very unfortunate. But on PvP, it is checked, so I have to make the decision: do I want the PvP mode or do I want the PvE mode? I think with this one right here, I might actually err on the side of caution. Definitely do the flyer carry, but also show both methods of how to do things with the flyer carry and then without the flyer carry. Yeah, and Extinction makes that so much easier, and you'll find out later on in the season why I'm saying that. All right, no, let's actually. No, let's go with that. Checked. Yeah, just like Season 4. And it's not really a big deal. It just means that when a leech gets me, I can actually, not have to worry about my dinos. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go with that unchecked. Yeah. And then force allow cave flyers. Oh, hell no. No idea why that was checked. All right. Let's see. Going all the way down here. And then, see, the maturation... It's pretty much the same as Season 4. I might actually lower the egg lay interval down a little bit more, because I'm going to be cranking out content. And I can't have, you know, a baby maturation taking me hours and hours and hours. And I spent a long time figuring out this mathematical equation here to make all this work. But it does work, and it works out well. So yeah, these right here, these are the settings that I use on soloing the ARK. For everything. The egg lay interval, 0.5. It's half the regular. All right. Mating interval, 0.001. Yeah, really low. Egg hatch speed, 60. Baby mature speed, 50. And then baby cuddle imprint multiplier, 0.23. And also my resources respawn period is turned down. All right. So that's the imprinting on that. Now my day-night speed... I actually have this set just back to 1.0. At one point in time, I did have the nighttime speed really super fast, and then the daytime speed really super slow. But now I just have the days just go half the speed. Yeah, why not? And then also for this season, I have spoiling time set to 2.0, so things will take longer to spoil. All right, so now we're going to be discussing how to add, how to change the dino levels in ARK. Okay, so now what we're gonna do here, now the easiest way to actually do this if you're on PC is just open up Steam, go to your library, go to Games, ARK Survival Evolved, go down to Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files. That'll open up this folder right here, and from here you go into Shooter Game. All right, and then you go to Saved, Config, Windows No Editor. All right, and then we go all the way down to GameUser.ini. All right, or GameUserSettings.ini. All right, now we can just maximize that, full screen that, and then from here, this right here, it the user settings is pretty much it determines you know, all your settings, everything like that. So we just go down like this, and right here. All right, under server settings, this right here is the part that you're looking for. Okay, so now we go to difficulty offset, make sure that's here. Now, this right here is the important part. Override official difficulty 5.0. Now, a lot of times this will not be here, so you have to add this. All right, you actually, you can just take this, type this in just like this. Remember, it is case sensitive, so both the O's and the D have to be capitalized, plus you have to have the equal sign and then 5.0. And then once you do that, it'll make sure that you have level 150 dinos max. Now you can tell that this is taken hold, that when you log into the game with this enabled, after you do a dino wipe, then when things spawn back, they have a multiple of 5. And then, so it'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, all the way up to 150. And that is the same as the public servers. Once you get that situated and set in there, you'll be good. All right, now that we've got that situated, now we're going to talk about how to make backups of saves. Now, I've already talked about this a few times, because right up here, you'll notice that I actually have Season 4 backed up. Now, this is for basics. I still plan on doing basics with these saves. Now, if I wanted to transfer those, let's actually just close that. And also, you know what, let's Close that, and that's actually the video I'm doing right now. Bam. Hey, there's a little footage of what we got going. All right, so now actually I just want to right-click this, and I have this set up down here as a quick key really quick. All right, so now we've got shooter game. All right, so we're going to go into shooter game, saved. This is the same way we went back through. I just had a quick link down here. And then for here, this right here, saved ARKs local, is the proper one that you want. You'll see that actually I have a saved ARKs local right there. This is my island from Season 4. It's actually a very, very big file, 1.41 gigs. And also this right here, this is all of Season 4. Yeah. All right, so now that I do this, I want to take it, I want to make a new folder over here, and we'll call this Soling the ARK Season 5. There we go. All right, so now from here, all I have to do is take this saved ARKs local, drag it right into there. Bam! All right, and then take this, and then saved ARKs local, pop that right into there. And that right there, now I'm back into Season 4. So now we can go discuss a few things in there, because right now, we're going to be discussing server transfers. The easiest way to do server transfers on ARK, or how to actually do server transfers on ARK, because there's a solo method, and there's a public server method, and then there's also a private server method. And you need to know all three of these, because all three of them are slightly different. All depends on if no transferring from filtering is enabled, and I'll discuss that here in just a minute. All right, see you guys in game. All right, so now that we're back here in Season 4, I know, right? Oh yeah, this is actually no longer Season 4. This is now the basics base. All right, and that's what it will forever be called. And this, I see that every time I load in as my graphics render. Yeah, I seriously just landed here. All right, but now that we've got this, now once you actually have these, once you start doing tech, you get these things. Now you can transfer from these via solo. And all you do is click Upload Survivor, and then you'll get this. Are you sure you want to upload your character, your survivor data? This will lead to removal of your ARK survivor from this ARK and dropping all of your inventory, which means all this stuff right here is going to go on the ground. Yeah. All right, we don't want that. All right, so we actually want all of our stuff transferred, set into... normally what I do is I'll take a dino, like Fondant right here, I believe is my current dino. Yeah, Fondant's the current dino that I've got all my stuff loaded into as I transfer. Now, once I transfer, it'll actually boot me out of the game. Or, well, it'll take me to character creation. And now, when you get to character creation, matter of fact, let me show you. All right, let's just take all this, transfer that back over. Oh, you're full. Don't be full. No, tummy aches. Give me that back then. Fine, if you don't want to carry my stuff, I'll find somebody else who'll carry my stuff. Gosh. All right. You know what? Rex can carry a lot, right? All right. So let's take all this. Then let's take all this stuff off the hotbar. And let's take all this. All right. Now that we're naked, now we can just go like this, and we can just transfer right like this. You go upload survivor. Yes, everything's clear out of our inventory. Bam. It takes us right to this section right here, which says, hey, download ARK Survivor. Now, if we click cancel on this, it'll take us to, the character creation screen. Don't worry if you accidentally click cancel. You can just go in and, here, let me show you. You can download Survivor. Bam. And it takes you right back to this. Now we click this, we download Survivor, we select our map. I believe it's over here. It's this bunk bed. Click that. Then we're right back at the base. Now that's actually how you transfer servers. Now, if you wanted to take and go to a different server on your same game, instead of going and respawning, all you do is go like this. You upload Survivor, and then bam, you go like this, and it puts you just like this. And instead of this, you just click cancel, and then right here, you just click escape. And you go back to exit to main menu, log into the other map that you want to play, and instead of creating a new character, just download Survivor. Usually, if you have one already uploaded, it'll just immediately go to this screen as soon as you go to the new map. So, but if it doesn't, then all you do is go and you just download Survivor. Click download Survivor, and then it'll take you right to this. Bam, there you go. You just download, you go right to there, and we go back to, my bunk bed is down. That's okay. All right, let's just go to regular. Actually, you know what? Let's go to bunk bed, and let's jump out of our Brontosaurus here for a minute. There we go. We're back in the Bronto. All right, and then you just go get all your gear and everything like that. Now, if you're on the public servers, or well, actually, if you don't have access to these right here on single player, you cannot use the loot drops on single player. You can't. Now, on the public servers, that's actually very, very viable tactic, is using the loot drops to upload your characters. Those right over there. Let me get out. Hold on, fancy laser pointer. Right over there. Bam! You can just use a loot drop as the same way you would use one of these things to upload your character. Just make sure that you're naked when you do it. Sometimes, if it's actually a clustered server, you don't have to make sure you're naked. You can just transfer directly across because no transfer from filtering is enabled, which that also allows you to just transfer all your stuff over. All right, now no transfer from filtering. What that means is that if it's from outside of the cluster that you're on, nothing can transfer in from outside of the cluster. And most people use this. So where, like if you're on private servers, people won't cheat and bring in, you know, max, like level 1 billion dinosaurs that they spawned in on single player and then just ruin your server. And anybody who has ran a server for a few days knows that you always enable no transfer from filtering, unless you want people to really jack up the server. Yeah. And then also all the public servers also have that enabled as well. So no transfer from filtering. That's why you can't transfer all of your items and stuff like that. But yeah, if it's enabled, then yeah, you can just freely go over there. You don't even have to have your items dropped, and then it'll just freely transfer for you. Now let's that right there pretty much covers the public servers and the solo games. But one last thing: if you do not have access to the tech transmitter, obelisks. Those are the only ways to transfer on single player. You have to go to an obelisk. You have to use them to upload. The little terminal in front of them, you have to. That's the only way to do it. Matter of fact, let's put on our tech gear really quick, and let's fly over there really quick, and let's show you the UI. Because I want to be thorough about this, just in case there's any questions. All right, editing Phlinger here. All right, so I apparently forgot to tell you guys a few things. So we're going to drop right back down here and get inside of here because I forgot to talk about uploading dinos. So here, come here. You're gonna be my guinea pig. Come on, you look like a guinea pig. Come on, guinea pig, Castroides, get over here. All right, it's a big guinea pig. Just work with me here. All right, so get up here. Come on. All right, so transferring dinos. If you're going to be transferring dinos from one server to another, or if you're going to be transferring items from one server to another, what you need to do is you don't ever need to use this tribute button. All right, matter of fact, don't ever just leave anything in this tribute section, because when you log out, or if the server gets restarted, all that, if you're on single player and you log out, or if you're on a server and the server gets restarted, all this disappears. All of it. And the game's actually set like that, so where you can't just leave things in the tribute. Okay, but if you're gonna upload creatures, see how I have a whole ton of creatures right here and then none of them have timers? We're gonna get into the timer here in one sec, because when you upload something from single player, there is no timer, because all this stuff right here, it just gets saved onto your hard drive, just the information. But if you're uploading on a public server or a private server, it usually has a timer of about 24 hours. And when that timer goes down to nothing, the dino leaves. Okay, so here, this is how you upload a dinosaur from a single player or from any server. And the only difference is that there is a timer. That's really it. So all you do is click on the name. Click this button right up here, the little paw print. Bam, upload creature. Yep, and you're gone. All right, and he's off. He's into the nether. He's he's up in the land of unicorns and fairies until we actually decide to pull him back down. Now, if we want to bring him back down, all we do is select his name. Bam, and there you go. All right, just make sure that his inventory is clear and he's good. And also, for some strange reason, they always poop when they land. So if you're averse to having poop landing on your head, this is not for the squeamish. All right, so yeah, okay, so that's dinos. All right, now items is you go into ARK data, and you'll notice I have a bunch of stuff in here. I have like the the Rockwell trophy. I've got Giga stuff. I've got my Mastercraft MCS. yeah, how you do all this is you just take an item like this and just bam, put it in there. Yeah, it's easy. Super, super easy. Now, if you're on a public server, these also have a timer. But if you're on solo play, just like me, no timer whatsoever. But you can't just take something from your hotbar and put it over there. You actually have to take it, put it over here, and then put it over there. And then this right here, now this is up in the nether, in the land of unicorns and fairies. Yeah. Alright, I mean, I like to think that, you know, when my dinosaurs are crammed inside of this little lovely light beam, sent off into the heavens, it's the land of unicorns and fairies. It's nice and it's pleasant. It helps me deal with the reality of it, that they're actually digitized and, you know, forced through a little tiny straw up into wherever. Alright, alright, so hey, that was editing Phlinger coming in here and discussing that because I had not discussed that. But just remember that for dinosaurs and everything else, the no transfer from filtering, all that applies still. Alright, cool. Alright, now we're over here. Let's pop down here. Okay, so now, all you have to do over here is it's the exact same as the tech transmitter, only here you can also spawn bosses. Right now we don't want to spawn bosses. Which means we just go to the boss arena. But yeah, right here you just do the same, bam, upload survivor. That's the exact same as the tech transmitter. That's what the tech transmitter does. They put one of these things right next to your base, only you can't spawn bosses there. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've got all the transfers done, we've discussed the new season, we've discussed the settings that are on it, we've discussed the path forward. Yeah, I think that pretty much concludes Coffee Time with Phlinger. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's just a lot of talking. It's me just talking about different things, different random things. But yeah, this right here, I actually make these videos. This is actually the second one I've made. The first one I made, it's become such a huge help in the Discord. So where we can just pin it in the general discussion, and then people, as they have questions, it's like, bam, all your questions are answered up there. So I'm making this video right here, so where everybody who comes into the channel, they have questions about how we're handling the season, and then how to do certain things, I can just say, bam, that's how you do it, right up there. And it just makes everything so much easier, because there's a lot of questions that get answered, and I really, really want to make sure all those are answered. So this right here is just kind of my way of answering a ton of them in one video. Alright, so hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you click that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe. And then, hey, I look forward to seeing everybody in Season 5. Oh man, it's gonna be amazing. And, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Get chills. I love Season 4 so much. I love that. It was painful to close down Season 4. It really was. Oh my gosh. It was, as I was recording that last episode, I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And then I just kept telling myself, we're moving on, Phlinger. We're moving on. Alright, so, yep, it's time to move on into Season 5, so I will see you guys there. And until next time, it's Phlinger Phoo. Take it easy, everybody.